Welcome to LLED 3520E. I'm your instructor, Helene Halstead. I'm going to just tell you straight up that this video is going to be longer than my typical videos because I'm giving you an introduction to the course. And so my apologies ahead of time. I recognize, as much as you do, how not exciting my videos are, but I do feel that it's important for me to give you different ways to learn and hear. And some of you are going to be really strong in reading the assignment table and the syllabus and understanding what you're supposed to do, while others of you are just going to do better by hearing someone walk through it. And so I'm going to provide you with that hearing someone walk through it. Even if you're comfortable going through the course on your own, uh, please just spend a little time listening to this video. In the future, the videos will be, 5 minutes, if that, and they summarize what you guys have talked about in an attempt to bring us together as a class. If we were sitting face to face on the first day, I would be going over these things with you, and you'd be sitting there listening and taking notes. And this is going to be much shorter than that. And so please just bear with me this first video. So, first of all, I'm so super excited because I looked at the class list and I recognized, I think, everybody's name. I did get used to some of your nicknames, and so there were one or two names that weren't super familiar, but after teaching now for a year and a half, the names start to blend together. But I think I had almost all of you guys in 3420 last, or in the spring semester. And so, like I said, this video is just going to talk to you about the course, what to expect, and then how to navigate ELC a little bit. And so, um, let me go ahead and take a second and show you ELC. Here I've got the course already up. And so when you log on to the course, your content browser has all the links. And if you click on one of the links, it's got all the readings, assignments, and then discussion posts. So you can go over to content if you want, if this is just a little easier for you to see, but there's nothing here that you can't find here. I will also say that if you go to the tools and the discussions, that I do have a question discussion board set up. This is not for personal questions like, hey, why did you take off points here? Or, hey, do you mind if I do this instead of this? But this is for general questions about the text or the syllabus or the assignment table, because chances are if you have a question, other people have a question, and if I can respond to them in a group setting, then that will save me from responding um, 27 times to the same question. And you guys who have worked with me before know that I do make the occasional mistake. I might mess up a due date, and say that it's one thing here or one thing there. And so, if you want to clarify that, if I've messed that up, let me know. I know I'm not perfect. I've gone through and proofread everything, but when you're sitting there before a course begins, you know, quickly trying to throw everything in that assignment table and seeing how it works, then you're bound to make, type a 3 instead of a 2, etc. Um, with that in mind, almost everything you do will be in the assignment or a drop in the discussion post or a Dropbox. Um, and I will set up the calendar this week. So you'll have everything. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll have everything in the calendar of the due dates. Speaking of due dates, your assignments are always due on Sundays and on Tuesdays. So I like my courses to begin on Wednesdays. If we were meeting, I would ask to meet on a Wednesday. And that way your discussion posts are due Sunday evening and your responses are due Tuesday evening. And when I say evening, I mean by 11:59 p.m. So that way you've got a little bit of time from your discussion posts to post your responses. If you have a project due, the project will always be due at the end of the week on a Tuesday. And so I just wanted to go ahead and clarify that. This is not a special education course, and you guys know that if you've taken 3420. You also know that I have a special education background. I taught special education in middle school for 6 years here in Clark County, and I taught special remedial and gifted in Jefferson City in middle school. And so I'm going to include um, as many chances for differentiation, and come at this from a special education background. I'm expecting your posts and projects to reflect your special education knowledge. But it's not a special education course, and so it's not going to provide you with a strong gamut of what to do with reading with a student who is on the spectrum versus what to do with a student who's got cerebral palsy, because that is not what this course is designed to do, and we would not be able to cover that. Those are the lower incidence situations, and you're going to get that in your special education courses. But you can also probably guess that if you have a course book that says when kids can't read, that the course is going to be about helping students who are struggling with reading. And then my goal for you for this course is to walk out of your bedroom in your pajamas. I don't know, to walk out of wherever you are when you're posting and doing this coursework, um, with a sense of how to go into an inclusion classroom and really support your students' reading instruction, um, or to go into a resource room with a bunch of strategies that you can use and differentiate to support middle grades and high school students with their reading instruction. And it really does build off 3420E. And so your assignments will be discussion posts, responses, short activities, projects, and then of course you'll be doing readings. Your discussion posts will always have a prompt. Sometimes they will have a choice of prompts. Your responses will always have a prompt. Remember, these are due on Sundays by midnight, and these are due on Tuesdays by midnight. You'll also have a series of short activities. These are 5-minute activities. They will be due on Sundays with your posts. You'll upload them as part of your posts. You'll have several projects, I think 3 projects throughout the semester. One is creating a book list. One will be a midway activity. It's not a midterm, but it's just a midway project. And then one will be your final project. And then your reading will come from the textbooks, from articles, from short stories. You'll watch some videos, and you'll read 2 novels. You do not need to purchase the novels. You can get them from the library. If you have kids, you might read novels that your kids have. And they don't have to be novels that you haven't read. They don't have to be new. You can have read these before, even when you were in secondary school. Your discussion posts are worth 7 points. Your responses are worth 3 points. Your short activities are worth 4 points. So during a week, you can receive anywhere from 10 to 14 points, depending on if you have a short activity. And then your projects are worth anywhere from 20 to 30 points, depending on the project. Okay, I am going to now introduce some documents. And so because I know this video is going to be long, I'm going to stop it here so that you can walk away, get some coffee, come back, and listen to the second part at your convenience, because it'll be another 10 minutes or so, and then we will be done with the videos, okay? So thank you for sticking with part 1, and in a few minutes, tune into part 2.